Today I'm going to look at how to add a photo to your homepage carousel rotator here. So I'm using political science as a test case today, and so since I want to add a brand new piece of content to this site, I'm going to go down to my little yellow content box here, and I'm going to scroll down here and choose homepage image to add a brand new homepage image. This is going to bring up a blank form that I can fill in. Here I am. So title is what shows up here at the top here. So you want to make it fairly short because there's not a lot of room there. So I know that I'm going to be linking to this story here that's in the college letter. So I'm just going to use the same title that was used here for this article. And I copy and paste it into the box. Now I'm going to go get the image that I want to use. Now I'm browsing right to my desktop here, and I have already sized an image at the right size for the carousel. And the size for the carousel is 880 pixels by 392 pixels. So that is the size that you want to size your pictures to before you upload them. Now if you don't have an easy way to size photos, you can always send it to me and I'll size it and send it back to you. 880 is a pretty large size. So the other thing to remember is that you need to start with fairly good quality pictures that will look good at that large size. So I know I have a good picture here. It was actually a high-res picture to begin with, and then I've sized it, so I'm just going to grab that. And then once I grab it and it's right there, then I hit the upload button. And there it is uploaded, and now for ADA compliance I have to put in some kind of descriptive text, so I'm just going to put in photo of Hannah Waller, and I can skip title. Now the weight is an important thing to set here, and the weight refers to what order in this rotation this new picture is going to show up in. So you can have as many as 5 pictures rotating at any one time and as few as 1. And in order to get a photo, your new photo, to show up first in the rotation, you have to give it a lighter weight. So what I mean here is that the weight here has to be less than the weight of the other photos in your rotation. So a photo with a weight of 1 will show up first, with a weight of 2 will show up second, 3, so now we're getting heavier, and these show up later in the rotation. So you can assign any of these numbers, but you just have to know that a number that is closer to this end is going to show up first than one's closer to this end. So now a certain problem here is that you don't really know, unless you can remember, what the weight is of your pictures here. So I'm going to just go in here and just check and say, okay, this is my first picture that's rotating. What is the weight that I have assigned to that? So I'm clicking the edit button here, and I'm seeing the weight of this particular image is 0. So as long as I go lighter, I'm okay. So I'm just going to go 1 lighter to -1. Image format here, you can skip all of that. That doesn't really do anything as far as I can tell. Now body refers to, let me go back to the home page here in real time, what is going to show up here. And the thing to remember here is that there's very little room for text. This is probably about the most text you can get right here, and it'll probably drive you crazy because you'll want to put more text in, and I've gone crazy over this. But part of the problem is that when you link to text here, the program is taking into account the code for that link in the background. So that even figures into the amount of text. So I guess you just have to remember that you have very little space to put in text. So here I'm going to grab this text from my story and try to stick it in there. I'm going to make sure I paste it in as plain text. So I click this little paste as plain text icon, and now Control V to paste it in. It looks like this might be okay. It's hard to say. We'll have to try it. So now I'm going to link it, this phrase, I'm going to link it to the story because I want people to be able to go see the story. So I highlight it, click my link it icon, and I don't really know what the URL of the story is, so I'm just going to search for it, and I know it's called One Small Voice. So there it is. It shows that it's a college letter story, and it pops it up for me, so I grab it, and it puts in the correct URL. and now I just insert the link. So now I'm okay with my body. And I scroll down in department. It's already chosen the right department for me because I was signed in as the political science user. And one other really important thing. You have to click this publishing options link right here, and that brings up a choice, one of which is already checked off, which is published. But in order to get it to show up on your front page in that rotator, you have to click this second box, promoted to front page. So once you do that, now you're okay to save. So I'm going to save it. And this is what it looks like. So this might be, you might be like, well, I don't get it. Why is it looking like this? It's not in my rotator. For some reason, this is always how it saves when you first save. So in order to see what it really looks like, just refresh, go to your home page by clicking on your green bar, and there you see it's actually in. And it looks like it took the whole phrase, which is good. It would have cut it off halfway through if it was too long. So now I'm going to click it to make sure the link is correct. And indeed, it did go to the right story. So that's all you need to do.